Fallout 76 is one of those games where you could be playing it since the release, which is back in November of 2018, and still be discovering new things in the game till this day. One reason being, it's a massive game to explore, and also Bethesda continues to throw out updates to this game that updates it with even more stuff to discover. And well, recently I just learned about something new that I figured may be new to others as well. I'm hoping that is. As some of you may know, there is an Owlet creature in the game, a living Owlet creature. A lot of you may know about the mounted one. If you don't, I'll be showing y'all how to get the mounted Owlet here in a little after I explain this. But anyways, yeah, there is a living Owlet creature that we can encounter in the game. Honestly, it makes sense if you didn't even know the Owlet creature even existed alive in the game, because this is the only spawn location for it. So, yeah, if you want to find the last living Owlet in Fallout 76 at the moment, that is. I don't know if Bethesda plans on adding more Owlets in the future, but for now, the only living Owlet that you can currently find in the game is over at the Deep. And it's actually pretty difficult to see it living, because as soon as you enter into the Deep, these crickets are going to immediately take it out. So it's really difficult to actually catch the Owlet living, but it is possible to see it, and you actually get something unique from taking it out. Let me go ahead and show you what I mean. As you can see, I'm over here at the Deep location. I just showed you where it's at on the map. Now I'm going to go ahead and head on inside this entrance here. Okay, so I just entered into the Deep, running down the tunnel immediately, and as you can see, I got the crickets down here. But wait, where's the Owlet? Did I pass it? Yeah, as you can see, the crickets already took out the Owlet when entering. I immediately ran down the tunnel, and the Owlet was already dead. It's going to feel seriously impossible encountering this Owlet alive, solo at least. But it is possible, though. I have accidentally stumbled upon this Owlet in the past. I showed it during a nuking experiment video that I made about a year ago now, as you can see. But yeah, around 9:30 or so in the video, I go over encountering this creature. And to top it off, I was alone at the time when I didn't encounter this. I came back to further investigate this place for the experiment. And at the time, I didn't know how rare this thing was to actually encounter living, especially solo. And I didn't know also that there was a benefit from taking this creature out either. And I thought, since I didn't know about this info, maybe there are more out there that doesn't know about this either. I tried to get footage again over encountering it alone, but I failed. Unfortunately, I found myself wasting way too much time attempting to see this creature and take it out. The Owlet was just always dead as soon as I came in. The crickets just kept getting to it. It feels seriously impossible. I honestly don't think it's worth it attempting it alone whatsoever. If you are going to attempt seeing this creature and getting this unique reward, I suggest doing this with another player. That's going to help you save so much time. But first, I have to give credit where credit is due. Since you now know where the Owlet spawns and everything, next I'm going to be showing you a way to properly take out this Owlet so you can get this unique reward. And I learned this from talking with someone about this creature, and they had told me about this secret recipe that you could get, and I had no idea about it, and they mentioned they learned this from an Angry Turtle video. So I investigated that a little bit, and I found out that Angry Turtle did make a video a few months ago over the secret recipe that you can get from taking out the Owlet. And within his video, he was sure to give credit too on how he discovered this, which was by a guy who goes by Guru Singe. So big props to Guru, as well as especially Angry Turtle, for helping getting this passed around the community. I think this is something pretty neat and definitely secretive the developers added in, and definitely worth the share, because I'm sure, like me, there's many other players out there that has completely passed this up as well. If you don't know who Turtle is, I highly recommend checking him out. He is a great Fallout content creator. I have a link in the description that'll navigate you over to his channel. I recommend subscribing and giving him a chance if you haven't already. But yeah, now since I've given credit where credit is due, let me go ahead and pass this secret more around the community. So there is this secret recipe that we can unlock called Owlet nuggets. And it's not like this secret recipe that unlocks the Owlet nuggets is something insane. Like, all the Owlet nuggets really do is boost your intelligence a bit. It originally starts with an intelligence boost of 1 when you eat it. However, if you have the carnivore mutation, you can get a boost of 2 intelligence when you eat it, and if you use the Backwoodsman 6, you can get an intelligence boost of 3 when you eat it, which the intelligence boost really just gives you a little bit more extra XP. So yeah, it's really nothing too over the top, but it's just obviously something to know about and easy to pass up. And for the collectors out there, I know this is something you'd like to know about. So how we unlock this is just by simply picking up the Owlet meat. Sounds simple enough, right? The problem is how tricky it really is to encounter the Owlet, because the crickets seem to always take it out beforehand. However, there is a method that you can do to save you loads of time getting around that problem. All you have to do is have another player wait outside of the deep while you or whoever stays within the deep waiting for the creatures to spawn in again after you taking them out already. The idea is, the reason why the other player is waiting outside is because they're going to be force spawning the creatures by coming into the deep while we are set up inside waiting on them to spawn again. Because if you noticed before, trying to do it alone, by the time the loading was done with, the crickets already took out the Owlet. But by doing it this way, we can guarantee at least a hit on the Owlet, so we can get the meat to unlock the recipe. Once we have picked up the Owlet meat, that will make it so we can cook Owlet nuggets now. And keep in mind, it doesn't notify you whatsoever once you picked up this meat that you've learned this recipe. Like, it doesn't pop up on the screen whatsoever. It just appears as something you can cook next time you go to cook. Like, I've had this recipe for a long time because in the past I did take out the Owlet and pick up the meat. However, I wasn't aware that I unlocked the recipe by picking up the meat. This is pretty new knowledge to me, so hopefully it's something new to others as well. Oh, and by the way, if you are trying to do the spawn method, it's recommended that the player waits outside about 10 or 15 minutes to make sure the creatures definitely respawn when that player comes in. And the other players should be getting set up. It's also recommended that the player that's inside setting up places some mines around in the tunnel system, so you can guarantee yourself a hit on the Owlet. Once the mines are placed, you just want to go back down here and stay away from the tunnel system just so you don't block the spawns. And then it's pretty much just a waiting game until the player comes back in to force spawn the creatures. However, if your goal is to try to keep the Owlet alive just so you can see it in action in game, we'll say it's pretty much just the luck of the draw of the spawn of the creatures. As you can see, luckily the crickets spawned down here with me, and they immediately came after me instead of going after the Owlet. And the Owlet spawned up in the tunnel system a little bit more. So yeah, literally it's just the luck of the draw. But good luck to everyone that does want to try to see this in game. It does make for a cool loading screen when you take a picture of it, I will say, because after all, it is the only living Owlet in Fallout 76 at the moment. I don't know if Bethesda has plans to add more of these in the game or not, but yeah, at the moment this is the only place where you can see this creature moving around at. I did try also taming the creature just to see if I could, and you cannot tame this creature as your pet. You can pacify it, but yeah, it can't be your pet. I figured, because this isn't a random spawn location for the Owlet. However, it is the only living one, so I figured, might as well give it a shot, see what happens. Just throwing it out there for those of you that might have been curious about that. You can't tame it as a pet. And also a little but very important tip, whoever picks up the Owlet meat from the Owlet, if that person drops that meat and another person goes and picks up it, they'll also learn the recipe. So that's a way where all players involved trying to encounter this Owlet can also learn the recipe. Just in case, the other player going in to, force spawn the creatures doesn't get a hit on the Owlet, that don't matter. As long as you just drop the meat for that player and they pick up the Owlet meat, they'll also get the Owlet nuggets recipe, which is pretty handy to know. It'll definitely help save some time. Also, of course, don't forget about the Butcher's Bounty perk card too. That'll definitely help out as well. Okay, so last up here real quick, I wanted to show y'all how to get the Owlet mount. Just in case some of you may not have it and want it, all you have to do is just simply go down here at Lewisburg, and we're going to be heading to Van Lowe's Taxidermy, which is located up this street on our right, on the corner here, as you can see. So yeah, let's head on inside. Once inside, if you haven't been in here, the Lying Low questline will automatically pop up, which I haven't on this character. This is one of my alts. And I have to say, if you haven't done the Lying Low questline, it is an awesome one. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just turn that questline off because that's not what this is about. I'm going to stay on topic here and show you what quests to do to get the Owlet mount. So yeah, once you're inside this place, you just want to head through this door here and head up this flight of stairs and then head up this flight of stairs. And then once you're up here, you then want to go through this door that looks like it was broken through with this multi-purpose axe here. I have to say, what a way to enter. But yeah, inside this room, if you head on over to this map here, you can actually find 4 side quests that you can start. 3 of them are going to reward you with camp plans. You'll be able to get the Owlet mount, the Yagwai mount, and the picnic blanket. But yeah, we're just going to be focusing on the Owlet mount for the sake of this video. So to get that, you just have to simply read this note here and then exit out of it, and that'll actually trigger the Unsolved Death and Taxidermy quest. And if you want to start any of the other side quests, you just have to simply read the other notes that are pinned as well. But like I mentioned before, we're just going to be focusing on the Owlet mount for the sake of this video. In order to do this, first off, we're going to have to go to Priblos Curios. So yeah, now let's go ahead and get into this quest line real quick. I'll go ahead and do like a little walkthrough with you guys, just in case some of you may get confused when going through this quest line or something. So yeah, this is exactly where you want to head next to get our next clue to further investigate this unsolved mystery here. It's an unmarked location here. This is where we'll find our first few clues at. The first clue will be located on this table here of the porch. The next clue will be at the far end of the porch on this little seat here. As you can see, it's located right here. And once you have investigated that, the next clue will be this holotape located on this box here called the Beast of Beckley. And our last clue here will be located on the back of this truck. You can find the delivery route inside this footlocker on the truck bed. Now we'll have to head over to the delivery site, which that's located right over here around Beckley. So yeah, make your way over here somehow. So once you get over here in the vicinity, you will notice there will be the Beast of Beckley. It's a 2-star legendary wolf. But yeah, you can take out the Beast of Beckley however you want. However, taking out the Beast of Beckley isn't the main goal to complete the quest when coming over here. The main goal is to investigate around this area to locate Janelle's body and pick up her holotape called Janelle's Revenge. And you can do that by going to examine Smarty's bait and locating Janelle's body that way. And she's located right over here where you encounter the Beast of Beckley at, as well as its pups too. Her body is pretty close to Smarty's bait, so yeah, keep that in mind. But yeah, as you can see, once we pick up the holotape next to her body, the quest will then be completed and we will be rewarded the Mounted Owlet camp plan. In case you've ever seen this at someone's camp and was curious how you get it yourself, this is how you get it. I decided to throw this information into the video since I covered the actual living Owlet in this video. Figured why not? This is just some extra handy info to know about. But yeah, thanks everyone for taking the time, watching and listening. Hopefully you found this video enjoyable, and if you did, consider taking a little bit of your time and leaving a like on this. That'd be greatly appreciated. Hopefully something in here was new to you. Until next time though, everyone, peace.